Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we have some news from the data download that occurred earlier today. So on your screen you can see the LR TURLES army, or TURLES Crusher Corps, whatever you want to refer to them as, an LR that was released a couple of months ago on JP. Very powerful, very good unit, awesome super attack animations. I for one, very excited to potentially pull this unit. He was released as part 2 of the Transforming Angel Frieza celebration. So obviously a lot of people on Global were kind of hoping that he was going to come as part 2 of the Angel Frieza celebration for us as well. But unfortunately, I am here to report the Ultimate Global Shaft that unfortunately, instead of this absolute beast, we are getting this instead. So yeah, I know a lot of people. I posted a poll about it on Twitter a little while ago, and so did my boy Smartimus Prime. We were having a few digs at each other back and forth. A lot of people expected them to release Jiren as the part 2 LR for this celebration, simply because Global has been waiting quite a long time to get him in terms of the schedule compared to JP. And it makes sense for him to release with Frieza because they both fit the Tournament of Power theme. Now obviously, Dokkan doesn't necessarily do things based on common sense, and we've often seen them not follow the option that we thought would be the most likely. So really, right up until we got confirmation, there was no way to know which of the two we would be getting first. But of course, with the download this morning, we have information in the files that Jiren and all of the Universe 11 stuff that comes along with him is releasing. Now, I joked about it on Twitter the other day. I know one of the big reasons a lot of people wanted Jiren to come out before Turles is because alongside him comes a story event as well as an EZA. And for a lot of people, they just want to do those and get the free stones. Toppo is really good after his EZA as well. But no one was really... A lot of people who wanted Jiren to come first potentially aren't even going to summon for him. They just wanted him to come before Turles because he brings more content. But let's have a little bit of a look at what he does. So, obviously, with Jiren and all of this other stuff that comes out, the Universe 11 category is added to the game. He gives Universe 11 3 key and 170% across the board. Now, this is really good for a summonable LR from a legendary banner, because we're used to seeing them only giving like 130 to a category. And then he also has Universe Survival Saga 150, which is the same leader skill as the STR Jiren. So this guy becomes really good for creating a team that could be a mix of Universe 11 and then other Universe Survival Saga units. Obviously, like Universe Survival Saga Super Battle Road would be quite easily destroyed by this guy and his optimal team. So if we have a look at what he does, so obviously I joke, there's a little bit of a joke at the beginning of the video. One of the reasons why people are not super hyped about this guy is when you look at the numbers and you look at what he does in the game, he is one of the most powerful cards in the game. He's just really boring. So his 12 key super does colossal damage, greatly lowers defense. His 18 key super does mega colossal and massively lowers defense with a medium chance to stun. And then his passive is attack and defense 200%, key +1 with each attack received up to +5. Attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status, and performs a critical hit when the target enemy is stunned. So he does have a few parts to his passive, but I think the main reason why he's considered boring, like Goresh refers to him as a caveman unit, is because the main part of his passive is just attack and defense 200% straight away at the start of the turn. So turn 1, he's going to hit really hard. It's fairly easy to achieve the putting the enemy into attack down or defense down, especially because nowadays a lot of units with their passives or even their links can actually reduce the enemy's defense. So before you've even attacked, you can already have the enemy in defense down. So it's not like LR, Goku and Frieza, where you need to attack them first with a unit that has an attack down passive, a super attack, or I guess a unit that has passive. This guy, one of his best link partners, literally lowers the enemy's defense with their passive. So straight away from the start of the turn, you don't really need to do anything to get this Jiren to perform at his maximum. You literally just grab your orbs and off you go. So he's going to work really well alongside other units like the STR Jiren, because they are differently named. In something like Super Battle Road, you obviously have that chance that when you start a turn, the STR Jiren could stun the entire enemy field, and then this guy gets a guaranteed crit. If you have someone on rotation to lower that defense, he's just going to be absolutely annihilating everybody. And then he has an active skill, attack and defense 30%, all enemies attack and defense minus 30%. So even if you don't have any other units on rotation that will do those things, by the time you get this guy's active skill, that turn is obviously going to activate his attacks effective against all types, as well as it stuns the enemy for that turn, so he gets a guaranteed crit as well. But it can be activated after the character receives an attack 5 times. So obviously in certain events you may not actually get to see this, because obviously if he's only getting hit maybe once or twice per turn, you're not going to be able to see this until he comes around for like the 4th time. So depending on the event, especially if you're running his team with like double Jiren leads, because of the amount of damage that he outputs, you might not actually even get to see his active skill. So whilst I do think he is kind of a boring card, and I've mentioned before, even when Dragon Ball Super was still airing, I've never been a fan of Jiren. I think he's a boring character. He's got a pretty boring design. And yeah, his card is just kind of boring. It's just very, very strong. So obviously, if you pull him, like, he is one of the better cards in the game, technically, going by his stats and all the things that he can do. There's no argument about that. He's just not a particularly exciting card for me. And then featured on his banner is a new Toppo unit, who, when he awakens, is a leader for Universe 11 or Special Pose. He does supreme damage to the enemy, lowers attack and defense. He gets attack and defense 110% plus an additional 110% when there are 3 or more Universe 11 allies on the same team. Guards all attacks when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn, as well as giving Universe 11 category allies Ki +3 and attack and defense 30%. So I mean, this team you can kind of see already is building up to be really stacked, because on a full Universe 11 team, this guy has 220% attack and defense, guards all attacks, and then buffs his allies by 3 ki and attack and defense 30% as well. So he is actually really, really good. And of course, after the Jiren banner goes away, he will be featured in every banner going forward in the unfeatured pool. So the Universe 11 team definitely can stack up to be very, very powerful. The other thing that comes out alongside the banner is this free-to-play story event. There's a few stages, so obviously you can get a couple of free stones from this. But you can farm up this free-to-play card. I haven't actually watched all of the Tournament of Power dubbed, so I have literally no idea how you say this guy's name. Just a random guy from the Pride Troopers. Oh, it's like Cassarow, isn't it, I guess? So, Cassarow, but yeah, he's a free-to-play card. He has super types, Ki +3 HP, attack and defense 40% is his leader skill, infinitely stacks defense with his super attack, gets attack and defense 80% plus an additional 40 when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn, and then gives Universe 11 category allies 1 ki and 30% to stats. So again, whilst not as powerful as that Toppo, another unit with a unique name that is very good on that team, as well as buffing the rest of the team as well. And of course, even as a free-to-play unit in longer form events, having the infinitely raising defense is going to make him very, very useful. And then, of course, finally, the big thing, again, like I say, one of the main reasons people wanted the Jiren stuff to come out is that Toppo and Dyspo are finally getting their EZA. So, Toppo is definitely the better of the two, and the one that you probably will use the most after you've EZA'd them both, because he's a very, very good support unit. But like a lot of EZAs that we've seen for support units, it makes him a very solid unit in and of his own right. So his leader skill is 3 ki and 80% stats to all types, which is not really super important. His super attack does supreme damage and raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. And then his passive skill, attack and defense 70%, all allies Ki +1 and attack and defense 40%, all enemies defense minus 70%, and then reduces damage received by 40% when HP is 70% or less. So once you drop below that HP threshold, he'll be able to tank really, really well. But the fact that he provides 1 ki and then 40% to stats makes him a really, really good support unit for the Realm of Gods team, which I feel like is one of the main places outside of the Universe 11 team that people are actually going to run this guy. He will fit very, very nicely as a third slot floating unit. And then, of course, if you are running him on the Universe 11 team, he's the perfect link partner for Jiren because he reduces the enemy's defense with his passive. So straight away, at the start of the turn, Jiren is already activated to be super effective against all types and is getting 40% attack and defense and 1 extra key from this guy as well. And then having a quick look at Dyspo, he has a AGL types 3 key and 100% leader skill. He does supreme damage to the enemy, raises attack and defense by 50% for 6 turns. So that's very good. It can stack a couple of times. So his defense is potentially able to get really, really high just off of his super attack. But then when we look at his passive, he gets attack 20% and chance of evading enemies' attacks 20% up to 60 at the start of each turn. Plus an additional attack 20% within the same turn after evading an attack. So the chance to evade enemies' attack is the thing that caps at 60%. The attack does not. So his attack is actually infinitely stacking. And it stacks at the start of each turn. So even if you get a rotation where he's in slot 3 and you kill the enemy before he gets to attack, his attack will have already gone up another stack. So he is one of those units that infinitely stacks outside of supering. So obviously you want to get supers off with him in order to stack his defense, but in a long form event, his attack is potentially going to get really, really high. The only problem, of course, is in today's meta, most of the harder game modes revolve around defense, so he's not like the best unit. But obviously he's definitely someone else that can fill a slot on that Universe 11 team. But yeah, I think out of the two, the Toppo is definitely the better one. So if you get lucky on the banner and you pull this Jiren and you pull this Toppo, you can then use the free-to-play unit, this guy, the STR Jiren as well. Like the Universe 11 team potentially looks very, very powerful. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. As much as I do like to clown on Jiren, because like I say, I'm not his biggest fan, I definitely can't argue that he's a very, very powerful unit. Like, there's a reason why JP-only units were banned from the International Tournament of Power, and it's because units like this on turn 1 can put out such a ridiculous amount of damage that there's just not many other units that can compare to them. So him being a JP exclusive unit at the time would have caused quite a like unbalance in the level of power. So if you do manage to pull this guy, he is absolutely insane. I will do a few summons on his banner, but I'm not going to go crazy deep, because the one thing you have to remember is coming up potentially next, as the next Dokkan Fest, is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who leads the Great 8 Power team. A lot of people, myself included, are very excited about running the full Super Saiyan 4 team. And then, of course, TURLES has to slot in somewhere, and Bojack is on the horizon as well. So there's a lot of good units that I really want, more so than this Jiren, even though you couldn't really argue that they were more powerful than him. They're just more interesting units to me. So I will dip in on his banner and see how we do. I've actually got a very special collab planned, so you guys will see that, of course, hopefully the same day the banner comes out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I know a lot of people were excited for Jiren to come out, so let me know your thoughts. Are you happy that it's Jiren instead of TURLES, or are you disappointed? Were you not going to summon regardless, and you're just happy that we're getting the easy A? Let me know all of that down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.